What's cracklin', porkers? My name is Matthew Connolly. Oh, God. Great start. What's cracklin', porkers? My name is Matt Connolly, and welcome to Just Guy Things, the world's first and foremost fan cast for diners, drive-ins, and dives. Joining me in the new studio is Jennifer Sheffield. It was very seamless, this transition. Yeah, we were supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and it is now 8:46. Because we're really good at managing our time. David, how are you doing now that it's 11:46 and we're going to be recording for 2 hours?
Yeah, I'm alive. How are you doing? Because you were just what's happening over there actually?
I sweat a lot is the thing, and then I get very self-conscious about sweating so much, and then I start apologizing for sweating, and then the reason that I'm sweating, and then I just freak out. It's like
on a podcast though, of all
Well, I was doing a lot of maneuvering around and setting up new mic stands and new microphones. We've got two XLR microphones now. And I had to get a mic stand for that, and I don't have very much furniture because I'm a single guy who has to pay rent in California, so furniture is not a thing.
For instance, I am currently sitting in a wheelchair. Yeah,
you're sitting in a wheelchair that I stole from a Salvation Army.
Dude.
It wasn't really a steal. Okay, so here's the thing. I have this thing for large desks. And so we went to a Salvation Army and we picked up a desk that we managed to get in your dad's truck. And then it was way too big to fit in my room at that point. We couldn't even get it into the house.
Yeah.
And so we just set up a
we
curbside.
We go upstairs, that's why.
No, we didn't even have... Well, sort of. Two stairs. We couldn't fit it in the garage door.
Yeah.
Or the... the door to the house, not the garage door itself. Garage doors can fit cars. This desk was not as big as a car.
It was as big as a 2-story house.
I didn't realize when you said you have a thing for huge desks, you meant that huger than the buildings they'll be in.
It's a fetish. You ever see that YouTube video? It was actually a TLC thing, but YouTube is the only thing that I watch now, where that lady wanted to fuck like a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I saw the one where the guy fucked cars.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That one was good.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can actually guess where he puts it. With a Ferris wheel, you're just like, how does that work? Do you grind on it?
That's really confusing.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
Basically, a Ferris wheel-sized desk.
Yes, a Ferris wheel-sized desk. So, yeah, I couldn't fit it, so I had to set it up on the curbside for another Salvation Army curbside pickup. So it was essentially a return, because I couldn't get the truck back, and I wasn't going to load that thing back in the fucking truck. So then I went to the Salvation Army with my mom, the following week, and I started riding in the wheelchair, and I was pretending that I didn't have legs the entire time I was there. Yeah, I'm a terrible person.
How did you were just role playing, or you
it was
a blanket over you?
It was some deep role playing. I didn't have useful legs. I still had legs attached to me, but they didn't work.
They were just in the context of the RP, they were just all shriveled up and shitty.
Yeah, so I wheeled myself out of the Salvation Army, and Salvation Army's not starving for wheelchairs. Salvation Army always has wheelchairs and crutches and walkers. They're practically lousy with them. And then I rolled myself up to the PT Cruiser and climbed in the back, through the back, and my mom was like, "Do you need help?" And I'm like, "I'm sick of you belittling me because I'm not like the other ones. My other brothers. I'm sorry that I don't have legs." And she was turning bright red.
Oh,
no. It was really good. This is a fan cast for diners, drive-ins, and dives, if you didn't know. Episode 4?
Yeah, episode 4.
And I've got 2 Google Docs right now, and I'm guessing that one's breakfast.
Breakfast.
It's
breakfast. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a hard time getting over this whole fact that you stole a wheelchair because you got too into role-playing, but breakfast, breakfast.
It was a slight steal. Of stealing, it's like very, very loose. Because they got the
a wheelchair
they got
from a Salvation Army.
They got $50 or something from me for that desk, like $50 or $80 for that desk, and then I returned it to them. So they could get another $50 or $80. So I feel
like
a
wheelchair.
It's a nice wheelchair. It's not bad.
It's comfortable. It's got little footrests.
It's got footrests
and brakes and
yeah.
It's a good desk chair.
You could wheelie if you wanted to. Please don't.
I won't.
Okay.
Breakfast.
Breakfast! The most important meal of the day. Also, it seems a little early to pull out these episode names. Like, you think you would want to reserve breakfast for, like, you know, the heavy hitters, but this just seemed like a standard episode that they just... Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast always starts out early, baby.
Never sleep on breakfast. Yeah.
Sorry.
Fuck. I'm trying. I'm really trying. My glasses are fogging up. It's a terrible, terrible time. We go to Kenosha, Wisconsin. And it is Frank's Diner. It was owned by an Alexander Franks. Is that his name?
One of the Franks. One of the actual Franks.
Anthony Frank.
Anthony Frank is
Franks.
The owner.
Sorry, Anthony Franks is his name. So this place should be called Franks's, unless they didn't get the last name right on the subtitles or the little interstitial graphics, because they were calling like the kids like Bethany Franks and whatever. So
also his kids were super old. Those were his kids.
Well, the photo was in like black and white, and he did look like he was standing still for a very long time.
And it's an 81-year-old place.
Yeah, in 2004, something like that.
2007.
2007. So, pretty old.
Yeah.
Pretty old. I don't want to do that math at all. And I won't have it any other way. This place is very, very famous for their garbage plate.
The big old garbage plate.
The big old garbage plate. One of the ladies, Guy Fieri, was walking past the counter, and he was like, "Oh, so you got the garbage plate?" And she was like, buddy, this is half. Yeah. He, over there, has a garbage plate. And the guy, he was peeking behind the hash brown pile and was like, "Oh, hey, over here." That was pretty great. It's got hash browns, bell pepper, onion, a fuck ton of eggs, and then meats. There was a guy that did like a 3-meat thing, and one of the waitresses said, not the waitress, one of the owners said, "We got a 3-meat, somebody's hungry." And I was like, dude, this is an open air diner where everybody can hear you. Like, it seems a little fucked up to go, "Oh, somebody's hungry." Although I'm like shameful fat, so if I'm ordering at a place, I want them to like think that I don't eat at all and I just magically got this way.
Also, like, if you're an establishment that has a dish called the garbage plate, I don't think you should really draw attention to that even more than you have to. He's aware of what he's doing.
He's literally ordering garbage.
Yeah.
For his body that he's putting in.
He knows. He's already ashamed.
He does know.
Also, we saw a lot of thick ham this episode. Yeah. There was a lot of thick ham. So there was like ham steak was really popular this episode. Mm-hmm. And like each ham steak that we saw was like an inch thick. And this place was not, was no exception to that rule. Thank you for being verbose for me. I appreciate it. I didn't know how I was going to do the backflip out of that sentence. And then there was this place. This place has cinnamon swirl, like cinnamon bun French toast. That seemed bomb
like
as
a baller idea.
Yeah, and they hand bake everything. This place was actually pretty dope looking.
And they didn't have any experience. The people who worked in the kitchen and like owned the place, Chris Schwartz and Lynn Garolo, I think.
Uh-huh.
They were ballers.
Yeah, they that happened a lot this episode, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
There was the third place, I think, was like, we've never owned a restaurant before, and we heard that this was going up, so we bought it, and it was the same thing here.
Yeah.
They also make this place is in the Midwest, so they say
Wisconsin.
So they say pasties, which is real fun.
But that was like a Michigan thing, yeah?
Yeah, they said, oh, they order it up north. And it was like, what are you talking? Like, there's
What's further
Canada?
north than Wisconsin?
The North Pole? It's Guy Fieri calls pasties a Midwest empanada.
Oh, yeah.
It was a meat pie.
He's also fascinated by their use of chorizo.
Yeah, there's a lot of chorizo love this episode,
Yeah.
too. Spoiler alert. I'm just full of spoilers today.
Can we back up for like just a second?
Please do. I don't want to lead this podcast ever.
The first note that I took for this place was the weirdest angle of the top of a guy's head as he was eating looks like some experimental 90s MTV. And I don't remember what was happening.
I'm really glad that you brought that up on an audio podcast. That was very descriptive, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you do, though, right?
No.
Really?
I don't have
Just
that
like
photographer's...
fisheye, like...
I can't really picture it, but I have I feel the aura, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Was there a lot of, like, Dutch angle to it? Like, skewed to the
Just
corner?
like bald head while eating.
Bald head with a fisheye lens?
Yeah.
So like a fish music video.
Yeah, like
or
like a
Mo.
music video of like.
Was it very primacy?
Relatable. The music video for Detachable Penis by King Missile, I think. Very
Detachable
reminiscent
Penis
of
was
that.
like filmed in a playground, right?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Yeah, you love that song. I don't know why.
It's such a good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the title, the lyrics.
Chris Schwartz and last name is Grollo. Don't know her name.
Lynn.
What?
Lynn.
Lana Lynn?
Lynn.
Oh. Chris Schwartz and I put Lady Grollo, but it's Lynn Grollo. They own the place now. They're both wearing very, very irreverent t-shirts that Guy Fieri felt up one of them to read. It was really handsy this episode, and it made me very uncomfortable. We'll get to that. But he said, or the shirt says, order what you want, eat what you get.
Go fuck yourself, customers.
As someone with a food allergy, that's kind of disconcerting.
right. Yeah, if you had a food allergy, that you'd be fucked on this one, because they
Right.
didn't have any separate cooktops. They were all eating, or they were all heating stuff up on
They
the
had
same
like
flat
12
iron.
garbage plates on the same.
Yeah, that looked like art, kind of. Like, they were all so different. She was like, yeah, I don't really know, and just like cuts to all of them, and it's like none of them looked even like the same thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
one had tomatoes on top of it, the other had sausage, the other one was like a vegetarian
American
one.
cheese
But
or
it's
whatever.
over 16 times of that, like 16 variations on kind of like a normal sized grill. You don't understand, listener, you don't understand how big these garbage plates are. Imagine a full size like diner plate, pretty big,
It's
right?
like 12 potatoes.
Because they
I
like
assume.
giving you big portions. So they'll give you a big plate and they'll fill it up.
Like a garbage can lid.
Yeah, like what you would think is 5 pounds or 6 pounds worth of food on a plate. That is what it is. It's crazy. It's crazy!
Crazy.
So, we learned
Callback.
about, a little reference for you, listener.
Go back to episode 3
Yeah,
to
for the-
find out.
For the listener, that was a reference to episode 3. How's it going? We learned Guy Fieri does not like eggs.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I feel lied to. He went to an eggs place.
How did he handle Jesse Medina and
How
his
did-
egg hands?
Yeah. How did he handle it? I don't understand how all of these episodes were basically breakfast.
Yeah.
They were all breakfast places. How do you go to that many breakfast places and go like, I don't like eggs? That's like finding out JFK hated America. I was like, yeah, but I'm the president, though. You know. Just constantly in the White House just going like, ew, 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 ew. I hate it.
Gross.
So, I've been fronting like I hate Fieri.
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Secretly loves Guy Fieri.
He's really charming in spots. Like, he's very cringy. He's a dad. I think, first and foremost, he comes off as a dad. Like, a little overweight, but not too bad. Really lame, but at the end of the day, you know that he's just trying to make you happy.
Is he, like, legitimately a dad? Like, does he have children?
Yeah,
He does.
son Hunter.
His son, Hunter.
Does
Yeah,
he
he
have
mentions
frosted tips?
Hunter has blonde, flat hair. He's a natural blonde. But it's more of like a dirty blonde that's not like a hydrogen peroxide blonde.
I was totally picturing a faux hawk.
No, he's got kind of like early Harry Potter movies, like Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter hair.
So that's like 5th grade, not 5th grade. Middle school? When did people have hair like that? They just had a lot of hair at a point.
2005, 2004.
Ooh, a lot.
Yeah. Basically when these episodes were filmed.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of dudes with that hair. Or not dudes, but teenage kids.
Teens.
So wait, did Hunter have that hair, or he currently
still has
it?
Currently has it.
How old is he?
You've seen like 2017 photos of Hunter Fieri.
I'm following Guy Fieri on Twitter.
Oh.
And he
As
posts
just
his
Guy
son.
Things. And he posted...
Will his son have a cooking show? That would be the best.
Cooking with little guy.
Cooking with little guys.
Hunting Guy Fieri's favorite food.
Hunting guy meat.
Yep, that's the end of that.
God.
In case in point with the lame jokes, right? He's
Cringy.
schmoozing. He's schmoozing with the customers, and he's doing a pretty good job. He's got his elbows on the table, and there's a skylight in the restaurant, and somebody's talking about how much they love the garbage plate or some shit, and he goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm really seeing the light," because it's in his eyes. And then nobody laughs, and so he like runs at the camera and goes ha ha ha. Like he kind of mind freaks the camera. You know, at the end of every mind freak, Chris Angel mind freak. You know, at the end of all of his magic tricks, he just like runs at the camera and goes like at it.
I've never seen that.
Oh
ever
my
in my
god!
life.
You've never seen Chris Angel's
Nah,
mind freak circa
no.
2010?
Never, man.
Real good. It's like if Ed Hardy was a magician. I mean, he is what he does with clothes. But like practical street magic.
I got an Ed Hardy shirt for Christmas once.
Did your dad give it to you?
It does not fit my personality.
Did your dad give it to you?
No, my cousins.
Oh, okay.
They meant well.
Yeah. That's what you expect from SoCal trash. Not that your cousins are trashy. Just
Holy
everybody.
shit.
Offended.
Everybody from Southern California.
Where's Ed Hardy? Where's trash? My family is from Southern California.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm glad you escaped. I'm trying to look for a picture of Skylar, whatever his kid's named. Hunter. He just looks like my
Skylar.
brother so much. It's fucking crazy.
All right, do we want to drop the bomb of our newest theory?
He has a kid named Ryder with a Y.
What?
I mean, that's predictable.
And he's wearing a desert camo, flat brimmed hat with the
Also
sticker still on it. Like father, like son. Yeah, fine. Let's bring it up. Go ahead.
Okay,
Fucking.
this is kind of a touchy subject.
Yeah, it is.
I'm nervous.
So, Guy Fieri looks so much like Matt's brother that
From like every angle.
from a lot of angles.
I mean, my brother is thinner. And he doesn't have like the same facial hair. He doesn't have the same hair.
Yeah, but if Guy Fieri was in his natural state
Yeah.
with like undyed hair, he would look like your brother. So, also, your mother's maiden name is fairly similar to Fieri.
Yeah, let's
Guy's actual last name.
Let's actually do it, because I don't think people can socially engineer that much from me.
I'm trying to protect you from the hackers.
I know you're trying to protect me from the hackers, but I mean, our fucking election was hacked anyways, so nothing's sacred. You didn't know this was a political podcast, did you?
We don't have rights anymore, so just tell us your family business.
George Orwell's 1984 sold out from Amazon. What?
I don't think anybody heard that. George Orwell's 1984 sold out on Amazon.
Pretty good read.
Yeah. My mom's last name is Ferris. Ferris, and he looks almost exactly like my brother.
They're from the same area.
Although, Ferris, he was of Scottish descent.
Guy Fieri is Italian descent.
Italian descent.
But how deep?
I think he changed it back to Fieri.
Yeah, he did.
So this is dumb. We don't even want to bring it up. I think I don't know.
I still have.
I want DNA tests.
Exactly.
Oh my god! What if I find out Guy Fieri?
He's probably related to you.
My brother doesn't look that much like the rest of the other brothers.
Oh, man.
Jun.
I can't make that sound.
No, we totally. Yeah, no, my mom. Yeah, he's my dad's child. But it's a fun little fan theory that I have that they're related.
Don't squash the ship
the fic
so soon.
the ship and fic. Guy Fieri's in the way constantly. It's a small diner, and I think they moved it into town.
Yeah.
Like on horses. They said
a team of horses.
Yeah.
A team of horses.
Yeah.
And I feel like that horse team was rolling pretty deep. I feel like that squad run deep. Because I don't think two horses can move a building.
You think,
maybe with
you
wheels.
You think they fed the horses some garbage?
No, because then they would... I feel like they would take a nap immediately. Food is food coma worthy. So it's very small. It's kind of like... almost like a double wide or maybe like a triple wide if you're familiar with trailers. And they were just like, one of the women pushed him out of the way and she was like, "You're in the way, get out." Which is really good.
Yeah.
Was it Chris? Sorry.
Yeah, it was probably Chris. I don't know the names.
Chris bullied him kind of a lot and it was good.
Yeah, but it felt like schoolyard flirting a little bit on his part, and for shame, Guy.
He does comment about her backside, which is really awkward.
Oh my god, he does. Oh,
yeah.
I have the exact quote, and it's really terrible. Sorry, I looked at one of my other notes, and I was like, oh yeah, that's really fucked up that he said that, but it was a different lady. A lot of people in Kenosha familiar with your backside?
Hey, do you do anal? What?
And then he was like, what is the furthest away from her butt? And then he like touched the top of her shoulder and he was like, I just want a diners, drive-ins, and dives patch on top of here. I was like, yeah, Guy, sure. You wanted to write nasty on the backside of her jeans because that was also very popular in the early 2000s.
Janet Jackson?
Yes. Before the Super Bowl. And, and slightly after the Super Bowl. And then, Juicy Jeans. Juicy Jeans were very popular. Yeah. All right.
Should we move on into San Pedro?
Should we? Do we have anything else from Kenosha, WI? I feel there was a lot of Irish pride.
Oh, yeah.
In this one.
That was nice.
And you had something, I think?
Oh, I just liked when he was like, "Can I get a cup of coffee?" And she was like, "Go get it yourself." And everyone in that diner went, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
That was nice.
And then she doubled up on that. She was like, Oh, and when you refill your coffee, you refill everyone's in the restaurant. You make a fresh pot. And then he tried to get away with it because he was pouring coffee with like an almost empty carafe to this old regular, and he was like, what do you want, half a cup? And I was like, no, nobody ever wants half a cup of coffee ever at a diner. You fill up the whole thing and I'll leave half a cup if I really want half a cup. But the dude yelled at him and it was like, no, the whole damn thing. And that was just because Guy Fieri didn't want to make another refill and have to do the entire restaurant. He was really upset that he had to work.
Yeah.
Also, this place, I would be remiss to mention that this place hand makes like all of their bread. They make like those cinnamon rolls every morning. They make like that. They made him braid a sort of bread, which was weird. I don't like the way bread looks while it's being braided.
Yeah.
It's very.
He's just kind of like flapping around dough.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of him being uncomfortable with that woman, also, she like talks about how she has the most arm power, and he like just kind of awkwardly touches her arm.
He says, "Let me feel them heaters."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, I won't be arm wrestling with you today." Do you do that a lot, Guy? You arm wrestle a bunch of women in restaurants you visit? Come see how stronger I am than the female sex. He's basically Andy Kaufman. More like Randy Kaufman on this episode. Am I right? 3 daughters. Unaired episode.
Oh, it was really bad.
Sorry
Secret
about
content.
missing a fucking week, guys. We messed up.
We tried for the new season, but it was just too good.
It was
to
too
make fun
good,
of.
and then we had technical problems, and it was just like, if you really want to watch diners, drive-ins, and dives, watch the new apps because they're not terrible. Like, you still kind of go like, ugh, I don't like you, Guy, but then
Then you're like, that looks delicious.
that looks delicious, and
They up the production values. Those like moments are a lot more like scattered throughout. It's not just a constant barrage, and also a lot less like just like toothless weirdos. Like it's.
moving to San Pedro, we had a Tobias Funke convention at a table. It was really weird.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was, it looked like they were doing a casting call for Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Everybody was bald, had a mustache, and glasses.
They were definitely never nudes.
They were all never nudes. You could see them sweating in their denim shorts.
jorts.
Sorry. And they were going, do these shorts effectively hide my thunder? This place,
The Gaffey Street Diner with Barbara and Chef Rudy.
in San Pedro, California.
San Pedro.
Yep. San Pedro.
San Pedro.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say it white, just say San Pedro, not San Pedro.
I don't know. I mean, I grew up with a mom that, like, spoke Spanish for fun because she could. So, like, she never called it San Rafael. She would go, San Rafael. And so, yeah. When she moved to Santa Rosa, it wasn't...
Santa Rosa.
It was pretty much, yeah. Every time it would be like a reverse Hispanic radio ad.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, like Toyota Prius, it was. I almost said albóndigas.
Just talking about meatballs.
Yeah, sorry.
and Prius.
Comprar una Toyota Prius. It wasn't that. It was buy a Toyota Prius. So yeah, my mom really likes speaking Spanish. But like, what's crazy about it is every time he says a Hispanic or a Mexican Spanish word wrong, I'm like, you own a Tex-Mex place. You own a Tex-Mex, granted sushi place, but it's a Tex-Mex place, and you live in Northern California in Santa Rosa. We have the same amount of English to Spanish radio stations. Like,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
that's what the mix is. It's 50-50. So it's really, really weird that he says these words so badly.
Yeah.
When on the new episode of
He
Diners,
knows
Drive-Ins, and
Spanish
Dives, he was
pretty
in
well.
fucking Spain and conversing in Spanish.
Yeah. And that was even, like, Catalan. It wasn't even, like, Mexico Spanish.
Which I know one of the cooks at Johnny Garlic's, Bulmaro. Bulmaro used to work at Johnny Garlic's
What?
until they made him stop wearing jalapeno shorts. Yeah, they were like,
Could they?
you
But
can't.
it's Johnny Garlic's.
Yeah, they were like,
By Guy Fieri.
they wouldn't let him wear shorts in
Oh.
the like because it was too dangerous or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And so he said, "Fuck that," and then he went to Mary's. It's really good. Oh no, I said Mary's again. Fuck it. I work at a pizza place. I don't care. I worked at
used
that
to.
pizza place. Anyways, another thing that made me cringe a whole fucking lot about this place. They make like a lot of breakfast food because it's breakfast. But they made blueberry pancakes and then they topped something with blueberry. And then Guy said, "You put the blue in blueberry, girl?"
Yeah, and
What
Barbara...
does that mean?
Barbara is not blue.
No.
She's a nice woman.
She doesn't give off like a Bruce Springsteen or Willis vibe.
She's not sad.
Yeah, she wasn't playing the harmonica while topping the food. Well, since my baby left me,
Blueberries.
blueberries. Yeah, she didn't say anything about the blueberry blues.
They also had a man eating there who I call Cyberman Howie Mandel.
There was a guy. Oh my god, I'm so glad. So Jennifer and I, we like watch these episodes on the weekends. But we can't share notes because we got to save it for the pod. We're purists and professionals.
We don't talk to each other
We
in
don't
real life.
talk to each other in real life. That's how good we are about, saving it for the pod. But there's this guy, and I took screenshots of him. You can find it at Fieri Tales on Twitter. Strong call to action. Follow us on Twitter. But this guy was wearing a circa 2007 Bluetooth earpiece like everybody on this fucking show. Like every male on this show that's eating is wearing a Bluetooth earpiece. Because that trucker place that we saw, that Mad Greeks,
Bluetooth,
everyone
yeah.
was wearing a Bluetooth thing. But he had a very, very dark black soul patch, bald, and has been eating there every day.
Every day.
Which Guy Fieri was like, "Really, dude, every day?" And he was like, "Every fucking day."
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna take this call. Yeah, guess where I am again.
He just does business there every day. This is my office.
Yeah, what's the address to this place? No reason. I just gotta set up like a business license. I'm actually a car dealer, and I need a physical location to deal
He's
cars.
definitely a used
yeah.
car dealer.
Yeah, I didn't see hands, but I'm guessing pinky rings. I'm guessing his hands and wrists are as accessorized as Guy's, if not more.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Guy Fieri wears a watch and a bracelet on both arms.
He wears
Not
a
like he doesn't wear
bracelet.
two watches.
When he was braiding that bread, bracelet.
Bracelet, like a Dookie Gold rope bracelet, like Run DMC on their neck, but on his arm,
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
and a sweatband.
Yeah.
For other reasons, I could use a sweatband though. The man's practical. The thing I've learned about Guy Fieri after watching a new episode and then this episode is that he's actually pretty likable.
Yeah.
Like I understand why he has this show. It's just now I'm just getting frustrated that's not as good yet.
I think the editors just chop up the bits that are super cringy and put it into the show.
He's got a vendetta, I would assume. Like somebody has a personal vendetta against Guy in the editing room where they're
Just
like,
at least
I'm going to
in
make him
the-
look like a dick.
At least in season 1.
At least in season 1.
What if it's the opposite, though? What if that was, like, the only salvageable material? They're, like,
He's just
doing
going
their
on
best.
racist tirades.
The whole
It's like,
time.
I'm really glad Bush is is the president still. Have you heard about this guy in Chicago called Barack Hussein Obama? A lot of people forget that that middle name, but I think it's very important.
Oh no.
And then he makes a weird dad joke, and they're like, yeah, it's just, yeah, okay.
Let's put that part in. Cut the rest out.
And he's like, wow, these pancakes are really good. And they're like, oh yeah, they're scrumptious. That's a teaser for the next episode. These things blur together. Barbara Zamitas is one of the owners, and she is the cutest lady. She's frustrated with the entire filming process. Every time Jennifer pointed this out, I was like, oh man, she's really awkward. And I was like, she said, do you really think that's the first take they did? And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because he was asking her to explain what menudo was. And she was just blinking frustratedly. And she was like, menudo is basically what people order when they're hung over.
Yeah, she says everything very, like, precisely.
Yeah, because
like,
this was, like,
practiced.
the fourth time
yeah.
that he's asked her to explain what menudo is. He's like, come on, just make it funnier.
Maybe that's why she had the blues. Maybe she was just depressed because
the Guy Fieri blues.
He's trying to make light of her sorrows.
Well, since Fieri met me.
No.
I was like, I could go into like The Office.
At least we're not making mouth harmonica sounds. That'd be terrible. As opposed to butt harmonica sounds. Fuck, I don't speak well. And I have a podcast, and I've spent like $500 on audio equipment. Fuck me. Barbara Zamitas, that would be a very good talent. Did I tell you on this Guy Fieri podcast, when people move up, I went to a private school, and when we had these move up ceremonies.
What is,
right?
like promotion or graduation?
Yeah, so it's like when 8th graders, because it was a K through 8th, when 8th graders left, we would all have to do like some songs and prayer, because it was a Catholic thing. And we had to learn the recorder in the 6th or 7th grade. And to mess everyone up, I decided that I was going to play Ode to Joy, but I got really good at Ode to Joy because it's a recorder. Recorders are really fucking easy. But instead of playing it with my mouth, I played it with my nostril.
Ew!
I mean, the reed wasn't up my nose.
So gross.
So what was really good was I was playing it note for note perfectly, but everyone around me, because it's a breath instrument, was fucking up really hard because they saw me just like playing prim and proper through my nose, and so I was boop 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 boop.
And you wonder why you get nosebleeds so frequently now.
I didn't jam it up my nose. It was just on my mouth. You don't deep throat a recorder to play it. You just put a little bit of it on your mouth.
I don't know how to play it with my nose, so...
You just, instead of your mouth, use your nose.
Speaking of hangovers, the John Wayne was one of their special dishes, which was also great for hangovers.
Yeah, John Wayne, when... hold on. Barbara Zamitas has the cutest voice. And so she said, when Rudy went to Redondo Beach... And then was talking about John Wayne. And John Wayne was like, I'm really hungover. You didn't know how good I was at a John Wayne impression, right?
Hey.
Give me something that'll get rid of... This is turning into Al Gore. Give me something that will get rid of global warming and also my hangover. Jenny, I love you. It's turned into Forrest Gump, too. So the John Wayne killer... The John Wayne hangover killer. I'm not putting two and two together. I don't think John Wayne died of complications to the John Wayne breakfast. But it is a tortilla on the bottom of the plate.
To sop
not
up
like
the juices.
It's on top of the plate. they don't put the plate on top of the tortilla. They put the tortilla on top of the plate, but at the bottom of the dish. Right?
Yeah.
And then home fries, like a fuck ton of home fries, eggs on top, 2 slices of cheese covered with like
chili, I think?
Chili relleno sauce, something like that.
Chili relleno is like just cheese inside of a chili,
but they're
then
wet.
battered.
But they're wet though.
Oh, I thought
it's
it was
a wet
just...
food.
Okay.
It's like enchilada sauce, but with peppers on it.
Okay.
I might have said the wrong thing. It's like enchilada sauce.
Like a chili sauce.
Yeah, but it's not chilies. It's not. It is chilies. It's not like Hormel beans and meat.
Yeah.
Because we're like not everyone's California.
Chili verde.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It wasn't green.
Verde? No.
It wasn't green. It was a Mexican sauce of some sort. There was a lot of Mexican influence on this because Rudy, I believe, is Hispanic.
I think so.
Maybe even Mexican.
I don't know, actually.
Because there's menudo, which is pretty Mexican. And so John Wayne ordered that once, maybe. Oh, and then it's also circled with sausage patties.
Yeah.
And then Guy Fieri was like, oh, like the wagons.
Yeah.
Which Jennifer didn't get.
I did not. I thought he meant like wagon wheels.
Because they were sausage patties, but no, like circling the wagons, like John Wayne. I'm explaining to you this the third time.
I still don't really know what that means, but that's chill.
Now
that you've described that dish and what it contains, I think maybe it did have something to do with his death.
It seemed very complicated to eat because I saw one person eating it and they gave them more tortillas. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's like a food that you eat with a knife and fork or if you just load it up on tortillas. And then what do you do with that bottom tortilla? Do you load it up onto another tortilla? Because it's
fajitas or something?
It's a wet dish. It's a real wet dish.
That bottom tortilla just sounds like kind of a waste. Like nothing's really going to happen with it.
Right. It's just like something else to eat.
If you're like still having a time.
Still having a time? I love this place.
Not that kind of a time.
I'm having a good time, having a ball. I'm a superstar, reaching through the sky like a tiger.
We don't have the rights to that, Matt.
Defying the laws of gravity. Lady Godiva. They also home make everything. Guy Fieri is emotionally on the edge from homemade chorizo. Mm-hmm. He says that himself. And they actually gave 2 whole minutes about the chorizo. It was fucking weird. It got weird at a point. Because he was like, homemade chorizo is actually pretty impressive. Because chorizo is pretty good, like store-bought, because it's kind of a specialty food. So it's pretty bomb. But like to home make it's like making your own sausage. That's basically what it is. I
mean, that is what it is, yeah.
Right. But I mean, you don't find many breakfast places going, we make our own sausage every morning.
Yeah.
So this place actually seemed pretty special because they made like a bunch of shit.
They worked really hard.
Dude came in at 3:30 every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had 2 days off a year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Christmas and Thanksgiving, which like I would maybe break those up a little bit.
One in June.
Maybe, like Christmas and the 4th of July, maybe. So you cover the whole year instead of just like have a break in the same time. Basically, we need more holidays in the summer is what I'm saying.
We need more days off.
America's fucked.
Let's work less, party more.
They also put pickles in the poached eggs, so like they are tired and they're doing crazy things. They're sleep deprived.
They need rest.
And
he
they're
probably visited them in the middle of summer.
Yeah, I'm so tired of putting vinegar in every poached egg bath. I'm just gonna put 1 pickle in it and call it good. And then another thing that I noticed a lot is that they do ADR sounds when they're plating food, because that menudo, while they were plating it and talking about like how it's got beef feet in it, which Barbara's Amita's, because there's a little bit of a language barrier. She does go beef feet, which is which is a very funny.
She's so cute though.
That's a very funny word. She
like the feet of beef,
but
the feet of cows.
Yeah, while they were plating it, there was like a sound as they were like, yeah. You're welcome, listener.
Did you do that yourself? What?
I did. There was
with his cheek flap.
Cheek flap. Aw.
You flapped your cheek.
Oh, okay. That's, as long as you're not talking about me like I'm
Like
some
having
sort of
flappy
H.R.
cheeks.
Giger monster. He reached out of his exoskeleton and touched his cheek flap.
I didn't know you could make other sounds while also making that sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you like carry on a conversation while also...
I mean, this is a purely audio podcast, and I've done it twice. I don't want to alienate Jacob, who is our only listener.
Alright, let's move
Jacob.
on. Let's move on.
Hey, Jacob, thank you for listening.
Shout out to Jacob.
I love it when you text me and talk to me about how great my episodes are.
Aww,
It's very cute.
Wow.
He live texts me while he's listening to an episode.
Aw.
Moving on to Boulder
Jacob.
City.
Moving on to
One more thing. What is it?
they hand make everything is another is the same thing. But
that.
they also make hollandaise
Biscuits?
sauce
Oh.
per eggs Benedict. Mm-hmm. Instead of like having a batch
Yeah,
hollandaise
it's
sauce,
crazy.
which seems like eggs Benedict is a very frequent thing. I had two friends who worked at the Bohemian Grove triangles.
Shout out to the Bohemian Grove. What are frogs?
What are frogs? The Bohemian Grove is where a bunch of Republicans have sex in the forest.
What?
Have you ever looked up Bohemian Grove?
Weird thing.
No. What?
Oh my god.
Does
Yeah,
it
so,
exist other places? I don't even
no,
know.
it's all in Occident. No, Guerneville, Rio Neto, that
okay,
area.
okay.
They burn an effigy of an owl.
All right, yeah, I'm cool with that.
And it's just where a
Fuck
bunch
owls,
of
man.
they don't fuck owls. They fuck each other.
Oh.
Like an
In the
an
woods.
orgy, just an
Fuck
orgy.
It's where
in the
like
woods.
it's where like a bunch of the NWO types just hang out and
NWA?
piss on trees.
My favorite? No?
The
No, NWO,
NWA fucks each other after burning a giant owl. That is some attitude, honestly.
I'm just gonna say that there would be more
Dre,
than
don't come at
Easy
me.
E dead if that was the
Yeah,
case.
no.
Yeah.
There would be some...
There would be some collateral damage. You didn't tell us, Easy, that you were cheating on us. Even on MC Ren, Easy. Even on MC Ren.
Easy! You should know.
That's her-
Shut the fuck up.
That's her favorite rap group
I'm
of all
sorry.
time.
No.
Fashions, hold on. Guy Fieri is wearing a Me First and the Gimme Gimme's ass light blue bowling shirt. He was wearing a lot of... If you look at Me First and the Gimme Gimme's Let's Go Bowling, I think is there...
So he looks like he's about to go bowling.
He looks like he's about to go bowling. Sweatband,
dad.
gold watch, gold bracelet. And then Skechers shoes.
I've always thought that he kind of always looks like he's gonna go bowling, but it's just me.
It's the sweatband that's up the forearm.
Yeah.
And the shirts that look like
And the
he's
shirts.
bowling.
But the sweatband up the forearm just makes it look like he's got that weird carpal tunnel glove like in his glove
he's
box
a
that
competitive
all of
bowler.
yeah, like a person that brings their own ball
Yeah.
and bag and like
Yeah.
does the don't fuck with the Jesus
Yeah.
ball washing
Cleaning.
technique. Yeah.
I just assume anyone who looks like a human hot rod also bowls, so
Human hot rod, Guy Fieri.
Oh my god! Hold on, I found our intro. We have to do this entirely over again. Hold on. Welcome to Just Guy Things, the world's first and foremost fan cast for diners, drive-ins, and dives, hosted by the human hot rod, Guy Fieri. Joining me as always is the half of this episode. Chef Rudy Pastrano is her partner in life and in business. They're not married yet. But they will be.
All right.
They will be.
perfect
They're
for
so
each
fucking
other.
cute. They showed a picture of them in like high school, or they were like a little
Well,
younger.
they met in the kitchen.
Yeah, and she looked a little bit like Kelly Osbourne, and he looked like an entirely different man.
He looked real good.
Yeah, they
Not
were
to
they
say
were a
that he
cute
doesn't
couple.
now, but
I mean,
They're
they
just
only
younger.
have 2 days off, so they age pretty fucking
Yeah.
hard.
like the president.
Boulder City. Coffee City
The
Cafe.
Coffee Cup Cafe.
Coffee Cup Cafe. My notes are very accurate, and I will not have anybody's give them any scruples.
It's owned by Carrie and Al Stevens, and their daughter Lindsay helps as the waitress.
Yes, the daughter Lindsay was definitely getting hit on by Guy as well.
Oh, she was very Marilyn Monroe.
Her
up
back
there.
was against the wall, and she was like, "Oh, people love the omelets."
She was like arching her back, like, oh.
I think it was for the camera
I
and
love
not so much
busting
Guy.
tables.
It's my favorite. Did you know I'm an actress? I'm just bussing tables. And he's like, usually people bust tables in Hollywood to be actresses, not Boulder City.
Somebody
Nevada.
asks her for honey, and she says, "I'm right here."
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me dance. I don't want to dance. Don't make me sing. They do omelets, and the very butch man says, "They're great on huevos, bro," for one of the sauces.
They had great audio clips for this particular joint. There's a teenager who has these like chocolate chip pancakes or something.
Oh yeah.
And she calls them scrumptious.
Yeah, she says, "I'm having the chocolate chip and it's scrumptious."
And then just the smallest little clip of a little girl, and she just says, "I eat a lot."
Yeah. So this is one person who's really fucked up their first and only chance on TV, right? The first one goes, and they're scrumptious. Oh no, I shouldn't have said it like that. And
They use it twice.
They use it twice, and this one girl has become like, I'm gonna make a meme of her, I think. It's just a quick shot of her, and she just goes, "I eat a lot." And then it's a cut, and then it's it.
There's also a customer who gets like peanut butter pancakes or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I got my son to order them too, so then I can also have half of his." Like,
Yeah, which was cute.
he knows how to cheat the system.
There was a Guy Fieri approaches a people of his own in this episode. There was a table full of bikers, and he goes in and he's like, "You rode in here on bicycles, right?" And the oldest dude looks at him like, "I'm going to murder you." But he says, "On motorcycles."
Yeah, he says motorcycle.
Yeah,
sure.
which is the first time I've ever heard somebody say motorcycle on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird. Oh my god. So there was one cringing problem that I had with this. The stock music that they use in one of these shots is the exact stock music that my company uses for their connecting music on phone calls. So I broke out. Jennifer saw the visceral reaction that I had.
You freaked. It was like
freaked.
a spider landed on you or something.
Or like a dog during Wheel of Fortune. Where they're like, "That's the doorbell!" No, it's not the doorbell. But it is! That's the kind of reaction I had. In fact, I called one of our numbers after hours so that Jennifer could hear it.
Yeah, it is the same music as the phone system. For
What's
work.
even worse was it was like a little louder. Like the production engineer didn't even level the music at the same thing. And then Guy gets caught up in one of his thoughts, and they leave them in because his producer hates him. And they force him to say, "I'm expecting."
What?
He was eating something, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, it was really good. I'm expecting." And then they cut it.
Guy Fieri is pregnant and
Congratulations
having a child.
to Ryder. And congratulations, you broke science. Ryder broke science. And then Guy Fieri also goes, "My brother, money," and then goes in for a fist bump, which was really gross.
I also want to talk about their head cook, Joe Herman.
Oh my god, Joe
Yeah,
Herman wearing sunglasses inside, something
Sunglasses.
that Guy Fieri doesn't, he has enough manners to not
Put
wear.
him on the back
Yeah.
of his head.
Exactly.
He's also wearing a Pink Floyd hat.
Dark Side of the Moon, that prism hat, yeah.
And I think Guy Fieri calls him Captain Jalapeno?
Yes, the full sentence is, Captain Jalapeno here, he wields that knife like a samurai warrior.
So then in the rest of my notes, I called him Captain Jalapeno.
Captain Jalapeno is definitely a better name, and I think he would appreciate that alias being on TV instead of his real name, because he's a meth head. He's a meth head. He does a lot of meth, is the thing about him
but
that
we
I've
don't know what he
noticed.
looks like, so
He's
it's okay.
very shaky. So he's either got a case of the DTs, the drunk tremors, or he's got, which, I mean, he's wearing sunglasses inside, so he probably is a little toasted.
But he also has the superpower of cracking 180 eggs in 180 seconds.
Does he, though? Because he didn't.
He
cracked
came pretty
190.
fucking close.
Yeah, but that ain't, though. He 180 eggs in 180 seconds. He did it 180 eggs,
190.
and he did it in 190 seconds.
Yeah.
He
which
was on
is
camera, okay?
not the record. Guy Fieri was helping him out.
No,
I think-
Yeah, he did. He handed him.
fucked up,
No,
for sure.
he handed him a couple of eggs, even though he was calling him. He was going. When they were going to start to crack eggs, he had 2 in his hand already. And Guy Fieri was like, no, put them back. That's like with your foot over the line starting a race.
He also had to move the trays out of the way for the eggs to grab the eggs under the previous tray.
What else does this guy do? How else did they break the record?
I
Did he do
believe
it himself?
This is controversial, but I think maybe the guy was going through withdrawal. And that is...
I don't think that's controversial at all.
No, I don't think so either.
If you see this guy, he's either on withdrawal or on horse. He's one or the other.
Like, I think if he had, like, been as methed up as he usually was, he could have done 180 and 180.
Yeah,
For sure.
I wrote up, give the cook meth to make him work faster.
Oh, is that a part of the swag system?
Oh my god. So they're making like this this chili sauce. I think they did a chili verde, which were great on huevos, bro. And the swag system is
Eyeballing it.
it's eyeballing it, but it was simply a wild ass guest, and they bleeped out ass.
I was like,
weird.
a wild fuck guess? Is that
I thought that's what
That's
they
a
said,
Swift.
too.
That would be the Swift system then.
Oh my god.
Swag. Capital S, capital W.
Swag on you. Chilling by the fire while we eat.
No. I refuse. That's getting edited out.
Really?
Just like your sneeze that I totally edited out.
the beebs.
Fuck you. This episode's over. We might actually end on time this episode. We're at 57 minutes.
I have to go through the Yelp reviews.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. Nope, we can't. Okay.
My god.
I'm wrong.
Everyone's favorite part.
Yeah, they are my favorite part because they're the part that I don't have to do any research on.
All right.
Jennifer gave me the middle finger on this audio podcast, but I wanted to bring it up for posterity. This
I'm
is
glad-
the kind
I'm
of
glad I
relationship
know.
that I have to deal with.
It's because I hate you
Yep.
so much.
Obviously.
So, going in for the reviews on Frank's Diner.
You're going to need that wheelchair after this.
Wow. It's on audio tape.
I can edit this out.
Christy Graham gave a 5-star review and said, best mimosas ever! Great food and super fun atmosphere! And then smiley face.
That was a great read. That took a lot of balls to read like that. I appreciate that.
Thanks,
that was
babe.
what Jennifer was getting at was that is a very basic review.
Yeah.
Every time
Mimosas!
Jennifer and I are so afraid of being basic that we don't even like saying that we go to brunch.
Let's go to brunch.
Because
and
it
get
ends up with us
mimosas.
doing that voice. We just go, we're going to have a late breakfast. Because
Or an early lunch.
or an early lunch. We never say that we're going to have brunch because that's what basic bitches do. And we
and
eat
then
basic.
you get mimosas.
I get mimosas, you don't.
I know, I just drink
I'm all about that basic.
brink.
Breakfast drinking is the best drinking. It's so good. I say with an empty bottle of beer in my hand.
Ivy Smith gave a 3-star review.
Middle of the road,
Shit.
Ivy Smith.
Food was good. Guy behind the counter was a douchebag. Other than not taking debit/credit cards, it was good. Would probably go back. What?
For whose was it?
Frank's?
They don't
Damn.
take credit card? Or debit?
Or debit.
They only take cash?
Cash only.
I mean, that's Kenosha for you.
Actually, there's a
Why?
place that we like to go in Sacramento that has that only takes cash.
yeah.
But they have an ATM in the place.
Yeah, but
That's
also
still weird.
I think they must have changed like the people who worked there because they didn't have any guys behind the counter when we watched the episode.
Oh, guy behind the counter was a douchebag. Maybe they were actually at Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives when he was filming. Because they said guy behind the counter was a douchebag. He was behind the counter.
Was
for
the
most
G
of that.
capitalized?
Yeah, was the G capitalized? Was any of it capitalized?
It was a period, and then guy.
See?
We will never
Oh,
know.
I
shit.
found it out. I want to believe.
I want to believe. Quentin Swisikowski.
Swisikowski. Yeah. We had
we
to
actu-
look up the pronunciation of that name because it's very fucking difficult.
Because otherwise it's like Schwei.
we only took German.
or something like that. I don't know.
We took German, so we don't know what that name is.
4-star review. Food is good. There is a wait time. Also, there is a weird staff vibe. I don't know if the waiter/waitress is a customer or employee.
Oh. Yeah, we ran into that like at Mary's because at like 9 o'clock we're done, but we're open till like 11:30. So you'll find like just a bunch of waiters and like drivers and even managers just hanging out at the first corner table and like eating and talking shit. And then we just go like, sit wherever you want, and then we go over. Yeah, this podcast will never be popular, so this will never bite me in the ass. Continue.
Gaffey Street Diner. We got a review from Darren Galindo. 5 stars. Amazing food. Classic diner feel. Not really that much food to look at, but the service is friendly and the food is more than worth it. I will definitely be back here for more tasty goodness.
Not much food to look at?
Not really that much to look at
Oh,
in
okay.
terms of like decor.
Okay, I
But
was like,
then-
are you upset that there wasn't a salad bar?
They go on to say the decor is pleasant and very ocean/sailing themed. You can tell the place has
love
been
that
there
nautical
a whole
theme.
a while. They spelled while wrong, which gives it a little bit of a dated look. Clean though. What?
So
They're
he
so
likes the
flippy-floppy.
decor, even though it's old and he hates it.
And there's
But
not
it's
much
clean.
to look at. What?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
but it was
you.
still a 5-star review, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Darren Galindo.
that sounds like a 3-star, but he's given 5. So I'd be happy as a business owner. The only thing people look at is like the star rating, and then they,
Yeah.
unless they're a responsible consumer like me, and I look at the recent, because I don't want Yelp's like bullshit. We made this list ourselves, and if they pay us enough money, we'll have all of our 5 stars on the front page. I want newest first, and then that's where the dirty shit shows up. If it's a bad place.
Yeah.
Joy Logan. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Nothing.
dude. Nothing.
I just made a gross noise. Like, yeah.
Are you upset that I'm giving Yelp tips?
No, just the concept of being tricked into going to an awful establishment really upset me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we love Yelp.com. Enter code "This is a real code" at Yelp review for a premium account.
I love reading Yelp reviews on Yelp.com.
Nobody likes Poppy. It's a terrible thing. Everybody hates Poppy.
I love
Everybody
Poppy.
loves
Fuck
Poppy.
off, you aesthetic motherfucker.
I love the
love-
concept behind it.
I love making
Oh yeah,
videos
the concept
on
behind it,
YouTube.com.
where it's just trash.
I mean, I don't watch it. I don't care to, but I'm glad someone figured out that you can just like make something famous by being just a aesthetic focused piece of shit.
I'm love glad all my listeners
yeah.
on this podcast.
Yeah, that's how Jennifer like checks mic levels. Is she just whispers into the microphone.
Hi, I'm Poppy.
Next.
Joy Logan gave a 5-star review, had a friend visiting from New York, and decided to try this place for the first time. Thank you so much for making me look like a hero! Our food was delicious, an order of French kiss and an order of corned beef and hash, and the service was perfect. I recommend that anyone check them out for breakfast. The crowd was nice around 8 a.m. on a Wednesday, and when I went, it certainly helped me over the hump this week.
Joy, no.
How good was that friend from New York, huh?
Oh, did they?
And you were a hero?
She took them out to breakfast on a Wednesday?
At 8 a.m.
At 8 a.m.? Joy, get a job. Wait, maybe she's an ex-person. Joy Logan? That sounds like a mix between, like, Jubilee and...
I thought you meant like
Wolverine.
A former person.
Yeah, I was like, wait. And then I was like, oh, like a mutant.
Yeah. I was just going for the least sexist version of X-Men, because, I mean, you know...
No, I like the
Storm.
idea. I like the idea that you refer to unemployed people as ex-persons.
Yes. Get a job, you bum.
You fucking former person.
The hippies lost, Lebowski.
Marco Mendoza gave a 1-star review.
Ooh.
Wow, just wow. This used to be one of my favorite places to eat. A nice American, spelled with an E, style breakfast, but apparently it is under new owners. Now it sucks, starting with dirty forks and ending with a loud lady screaming all over the restaurant.
Damn.
Was she part of the restaurant, or was she?
Don't know.
You can't give that. Like that's blaming a T-Mobile store for having like a crazy person going in like, I hate my bill.
I think this person might be a little like over the top.
Yeah, the person that gave a 1-star review.
The best part was the biscuits, and now they are trash. SMH, one of the saddest days in my life.
Okay. And then he called them E-American, like the chunky skate shoes. Like the chunky skate shoe brand. Shout out to my people that used to watch skating videos and never skate. Like me. Hey, how's it going?
And then we got some shade for Guy Fieri by Jill Arden Lance. 2 stars. Guy Fiero might like this place, but I did not.
Oh, Guy Fieri.
Guy Fiero?
Like the Pontiac. There was a Pontiac Fiero.
Fiero.
Yeah.
With an R.
Oh.
Guy Fiero.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
The food seemed old and tired. I will not go back again. Sorry.
Some sleepy food.
Fuck that sleepy food. That food should be retired and go to a home. Give me that new food.
Get a fucking job, food.
The hippies lost Lebowski.
And then for our last restaurant, the Coffee Cup. 3 stars by BBN.
Ooh, bubbin.
4 stars. Neat, seemingly hole-in-the-wall
Wait,
place.
they gave 3 stars and then the 4 stars?
4 stars.
Okay.
Sorry. With West Coast flair, surf and boat racing themed, and friendly staff.
A lot of surf themes.
Yeah, some sailing, some oceans.
Most of my bathrooms that I've been in have had like a nautical appeal.
Ocean vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
They're either oceany or pink, I feel like.
Yeah.
I had the full stack of chocolate chip pancakes, and my fiance got a pig in a blanket.
Fuck that half stack shit, but also he just got 1 pig in 1 blanket. The way that I know pig in the blankets are made, that would be very, very sad. Because the pig in the blankets that I know are cocktail weenies.
Yeah, that's what I'm familiar with.
So that terrible man is just like, oh, I'm eating healthy. I'm just gonna eat the sodium and carbs, but it's a small serving, so I'm fine.
One pig.
Yeah.
One blanket.
My favorite internet video. Sleep tight, porker.
Both servings were ample. We were both satisfied. Taste was on point. The butter tasted homemade-ish.
Does that mean it's wet? That's the only way that I would
butter?
know. Yeah.
How does
Like, you ever
butter
make butter in
taste
kindergarten?
homemade?
You ever make butter in kindergarten?
Nah, bro.
No? No? You guys never did that?
No.
Where they, like, gave you
I probably
milk
did,
and...
but I've just like kind of blacked out.
Yeah.
Childhood.
Were you drunk the entire time, or are you saying that you forgot your childhood? Because I know about like trauma and shit. So like,
yeah, both.
although they do go hand in hand. Sometimes I drink and I wish that I could forget the night of drinking. So it's it's fine. But yeah, when they just want to tire you out before nap time in like preschool and kindergarten,
They make you churn butter?
yeah, they give you like a container of like, I think it's sweet cream and
what
salt.
the fuck?
Yeah, they give you.
I thought you meant like you went on like a field trip once, because I think I did that.
No,
And we had to like churn some butter on this field trip.
well, we
but-
don't live on the East Coast, so there was no such
Like
thing
Plymouth?
as like there's no such thing as like colonial Williamsburg or anything like that. There was just
We had the gold rush shit.
yeah, but that's the panning. They were like,
Yeah.
and then the gold miners made their own butter. It was just like, no, these people barely ate, and they were just trying to get gold. And
That'd
then they
be a
got
sick field trip though.
yeah, it would be pretty dope, because then you find gold and you're like, I'm a millionaire, and then they tell you, no, that's worth 20 cents, and
It's a
also you
fleck.
can't keep it. But yeah, they give you like sweet cream, and like you just shake it a lot. They give you sweet cream
And then
and I
it's
think
wet?
salt, and you shake it a lot, and then you get tired of shaking it, so you're just like, I'm gonna have this loose wet butter because I don't want to make real butter.
Loose wet butter.
Oh, fuck Poppy, stop it.
This next one is a little bit controversial.
Oh,
I
yes, I've
found
heard about this one.
a
The
very-
controversial Yelp review.
Very strange man.
Oh, right.
Who has just a fascinating history of reviews.
Yeah, we were starting to talk about like, oh, maybe we should end every episode with his reviews, but I think he's a crazy person.
He's definitely a crazy person.
I think he's got a mental disorder.
Yes. He gave a review for a doctor.
A doctor and all of the churches.
And every church and homeless shelters and apartment complexes and stuff. Anyway.
Good on him for reviewing apartment complexes, though. Moving on fucking up, man.
Shouldn't say his name because it's racist.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not going to. Also, I'm afraid of him.
It's N-words make me barf, I think, is the name, right?
Yeah.
N-words make me puke.
Make me barf, yeah.
Yeah.
He gave it 4 stars. This place has the most attractive female waitresses in town, and the food and prices are really great. My only complaint is that they should be open a little bit later, and that you can never get a good seat there. Yep. This one was the most normal review he'd ever left.
Yeah, she was lulled into a false state of confidence. And so she like started following his reviews. And she was like live tweeting me about the reviews. She's like, oh, he reviewed a church and another church. And oh no, a doctor.
So,
Yeah.
don't hurt me, please. And that's it.
And that's it.
That's the end of it.
Yeah, end it with a bang of don't hurt me, please.
And strong call to action.
Strong call to action. Follow us on Twitter at Fieri Tales. Give us a ring at... Don't give us a ring. Email us at hey at justguythings.money.
Do it.
HEY
Send us questions or something.
at justguythings.money. Leave a positive review if you got one on iTunes for us, please, because this is like one of the last weeks that we'll get the push from iTunes if we get any review.
Come on. Help us out here.
Yeah, this is golden content. I don't know what you what your hang up is. And then, of course, thank you to the artists that have given us our intros and outros. The intro is Pizza Day by the Aquabats, and the outro is Beauty Meat by Sun Club. Great tracks, great albums, great artists. They're all really rad dudes. You should buy everything. You won't be disappointed. And
don't hurt us.
Don't hurt us.
Please.
Ciao. Ciao, hounds.
Ciao.
Bye.
It's the